Llyn y Fan Fach is a dammed lake of approximately 10 hectares on the northern margin of the Black Mountain in Carmarthenshire, South Wales, and lying within the Brecon Beacons National Park. The lake lies at an altitude of about 1,660 feet, or just over 500 meters, immediately to the north of the ridge of the Carmarthen Fans and at the top of the road which leads to a small dam from the village of Llanddeusant. It is the smaller of two lakes within this mountain massif. The slightly larger Llyn y Fan Fawr is about 2 miles or about 2.5 kilometers to the east. The latter lake is about 300 feet higher, making the cliffs behind look less severe than those surrounding Llyn y Fan Fach. Legend of Llyn y Fan Fach. A folklore legend is connected with the lake, known as the Lady of the Lake. In the folk tale, a local young man, son of a widow from Llyn, agreed to marry a beautiful girl who arose from the lake, with the condition that he would not hit her 3 times. He complied easily because the girl was so beautiful, and they were happy for years, putting up a house in east.The near Llyn y Fan, and bringing up a family there. The girl had very special cattle, traditionally still kept at east.The, Llanddeusant, and other animals. But over time the man did hit his wife 3 times as gentle admonishments. Reasons for why he hit her vary, from the wife laughing at a funeral or crying at a wedding. Regardless, she had to go back to the lake according to the promise, taking the cattle with her. But the mother came back to them to help and instruct her sons, and in particular one called Llyn. In due course Llyn and the other sons went to the court of east.The, where they became famous doctors who are known today as the physicians of Llyn y Fan. A number of the medical formulae remain in the Welsh manuscripts. Access. The lake can be reached on foot via the waterboard road to the small dam on the lake. There is a car park at the bottom of the single-track road reached by a badly maintained road with many potholes from Llanddeusant village. The car park and destination are also poorly signposted on the approaches, and the final stretch passes through a sheep farm via a gate. The Ordnance Survey maps of the Brecon Beacons does not show the car park at either 1/25,000th or 1/50,000th scales. The road passes filter beds and associated buildings about halfway up the hill, and there is an unlocked windowless rescue shelter by the wall of the dam. A path continues to the west up the slope to the escarpment, and wooden barriers have been erected here to move the path to one side and allow damaged turf to recuperate from walkers' boots. The path follows the edge of the cliff, reaching the summits of Llyn y Fan and then Picos-Do, both of which overlook the lake. There are many deep gullies leading down from the cliff top, and numerous rock outcrops near the top. The Beacons Way follows the ridge down from the summits above the lake, and forms an alternative route onto or off the mountain to the dam road. It arrives in Llanddeusant village more directly, and gives access to the youth hostel in the village. Wildlife. There are numerous different species of bird in the area, and they include the red kite, common buzzard, kestrel, carrion crow, common raven, and skylark, to name a few of the most obvious residents. The former birds can often be found soaring on the updrafts near the cliffs as well as on thermals from the valley below. The red kite was previously restricted to this in adjoining areas in South Wales such as Llyn, mainly as a result of persecution by farmers and gamekeepers, but attitudes have now changed. It was thought that the bird preyed on game birds such as the red grouse, although the evidence showed that they survive mainly on carrion. Like many other birds of prey, the red kite has since the 1970s been introduced widely in southern Britain, such as the Chilterns, and in many other districts. The kestrel and buzzard are widely distributed, but the raven is restricted to the higher mountains.